¿Conoces al Pantera?
¿Cuál Pantera?
El que te metió la verga entera. Hola.
¿Hola?
¿Conoces al Gringo?
¿Cuál gringo?
El que te la metió el sábado y te la sacó el domingo. Hola.
¿Hola?
Soy un asesino en serie.
¿En serio?
No, en serie.
I want peanuts.
I want peanuts.
I want peanuts. I want peanuts.
I want
I want peanuts.
I want peanuts.
I want peanuts.
Classic niggas, racist niggas, mystery niggas, psycho niggas, dog niggas, Jewish niggas.
You got some motherfucking nerds calling me out Shabbat on some little bullshit ass nigga. Better calm that shit down and come around here and show me some fucking respect before me and my Jewish niggas come up here and be.
Excuse me, I have a question. Do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
How?
Ay, puta madre, chinga tu madre, estupido pendejo, no mames, way, a la verga, no mames.
What the fuck? What the fuck you doing? I don't believe that you are in your house. I don't believe that you're scratching, talking to your mom and Lee. I don't believe you, Tom. I don't believe you. Just tell me the truth. The truth. Where are you in 24 hours? I cannot contact you.
And boom, monkeys, welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. Myself and the Twinksters are back. Market's pretty fucking boring right now, man. People are pretty bullish. What thinks you, Mr. Twinksters, and how is life going, amigo?
Well, it's wintertime up here in New England, brother. So, it's interesting. It's actually been not unseasonably warm, like warm enough where we had a good chunk of melt off. I know the other week I was saying, Northeast is kind of in a drought in certain respects, and people don't think about this. People are like, oh, I hate the rain or I don't like the snow, but for a lot of the groundwater that is used for so many different things, right? Wells, aquifers, and like you need a certain amount of precipitation throughout the year. So we've actually kind of been in drought conditions late fall. So little rain, little snow. I'm totally down with it because I know it's not about the rain or snow right now. It's about next spring, next summer, so on and so forth. But yeah. Hanging in there, man. I do think the market's, kind of overall boring unless you are maybe in gold, like that was pretty exciting, watching another all-time high if you're a gold bug. I know silver's been having a very banner year as well. Just hurry up and wait, as far as the market stuff, like 2026, we'll see how it all plays out. How about you, man? Like what's going on with you? What's good over there? What's your sense of the market?
Here where I reside, man, I'm just glad it's not as cold as where you're at, Twinkie. And I'm assuming the cold part hasn't even arrived yet because we're not in January, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're not in the dead of winter yet.
Yeah. Well, we're probably going to get a cold ass fucking January as per the Farmer's Almanac, according to some of my buddies that work on the farm and shit like that. But it's not been bad so far. It's somewhat cold, but for us beaners, the way it is, Twinkie. You zipper heads handle it a little bit better than we do when it comes to cold, man. Famous Marine Corps battle. Battle of the Frozen Chosen, bro. Freaking, I think it was 7 Marine divisions against 1 Chinese Marine division, bro. Up in the North Korean area, bro. We faced off with the Chinese and the North Koreans, dude. Dude, Marine Corps has a history of fighting in the cold, and I despise that fucking weather. Crazy thing is, I prayed to the Lord and I told him, God, just don't send me to a cold weather unit. God has a sense of humor, man. He sent me to Hawaii. But then all my freaking deployments and training evolutions were in cold weather environments, Twinkie. That sucks so bad, bro. That sucks so bad. As far as the market goes, man, dude, this shit is weird. And I was having a conversation with some of my buddies, man, and even some of my buddies that don't know anything. Well, they know a little bit about charting, a little bit about TA. They don't know much. And I've come to the same conclusion, man, including you. You said that, well, one thing I'm noticing, TA is saying that we're bearish, but FA is saying we're fucking bullish, more bullish than ever. So the conclusion you came up with is you were stating that the FA is front running the TA. I told some of my buddies that don't even trade. They said, well, I think what's going on with the way you're explaining it is freaking they're trying to shake you out. Because if the FA is showing that it's great and the TA is not, they're trying to shake you out. So it's a trip, Twinkie.
I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. The other part of it, too, is I think a lot of people are assuming and we all do it, right? Like you kind of got to rely on past things to try to predict future behaviors. But maybe people are overly assuming that just because it worked this way last time, here's how it's going to work this time. And I know Ben Cowan had a great explanation in the last day or two about why he thinks so many people got an alt season call wrong, like thinking that alt season was going to be like last time, and the two big ones were or a handful of it, overall liquidity in the system and federal funds rate in an environment of quantitative tightening versus quantitative easing. So I think 4-year cycle or not, like whatever my personal opinions are, certain indicators or not, people might sit there and want to say like the 4-year cycle, it's still intact. I'm certainly very much open to that argument. And I think by the end of this year, you're going to hear a lot of those cries, kind of be stronger versus is it evolving into a 4.5-year cycle, 5-year cycle? That just is going to take time to play out. We're not going to know for a while, right? Like it's only potentially been 4 years of the cycle. If it's a 5-year cycle, we won't know until, end of next year, year 6, year 7 type situation.
Yeah.
So I take a quick step back and I sit there and it's like we've talked about, okay, you've lost a lot of basically all your momentum indicators and certain trend line indicators. You've arguably lost like 50-week moving average, 111-day moving average, take your pick. MACD flipping bearish as far as the crossover on the monthly chart, which is another one a lot of people go by. Okay, like I can sit there and say you've lost every classic indicator a lot of people rely on. For me, the other part of it too is what is your structural invalidation? Was it 100K? Like I've said here and on some other places, for me, currently it's 74K. And I am willing to ride down portions of my bag to 74K. Not all of it, but a solid chunk of it. But that's also because I bought in under 74K, under 2K, like for certain, like for ETH and other things. I've got that breathing room. If you came in late in the cycle, or like you might have been in a situation, hey, I don't have money to buy when it's, sub 2K, sub 1500. I've got money now when it's like 2700K. You're in a slightly different situation than I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good point, man. For a lot of people that came at the later end of the cycle, bro, it must be a total kick in the balls for them, bro. And I can concur. 4-year cycle, no 4-year cycle, bro. Cycles are meant to be broken. Is it this time around? I mean, the FA is saying yes. TA is saying no. I'll show you what I see on the charts, man. I'll show you what I see in the charts. Not to mention, I wanted to share this, man. Fucking check this out. Not Mags. Watcher Guru. He posted this, man. Fucking Trump. Trump media buys 451 Bitcoin worth 40 million, bro. Now, I understand it's a small amount, bro. But you cannot negate the fact that Trump does have data that nobody else has. Or his family has data that nobody else has. Because his dad's running the White House. I don't care who you are, man. They have that position available. They have those data points available. Things are just fucking bullish fundamentally, bro. Gold's making new all-time highs. Silver's making new fucking all-time highs, bro. Major amounts of liquidity is coming back to the market. Fucking as of now, as per FOMC watch tool, let me show that to you guys right now. FOMC watch tool saying we're not going to get a rate cut come next month. There's an 80% chance we're not going to get a rate cut next month. But that again is subject to change, Twinkie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trying to predict it that far out is pretty challenging, pretty difficult. Where so many things can happen between here and there. I know Boogie and I were talking. Boogie and I talk a fair amount, like offline too. I was saying, my personal opinion is the more things are known, the more stuff is priced in, which is why I think stuff got all topsy-turvy, where Jerome, not most recent meeting, but meeting prior, was like, oh, rate cuts, future rate cuts are far from a lock and rate cuts are far from a guarantee or something to that effect. Everyone had kind of priced in his behavior up until that comment. So we'll find out. Like I'm in a position to play it out either way. I've got a plan for if numbers go up. I've got a plan for if numbers go down, and I encourage everyone to do the same. Yeah, I concur, Twinkie. Let us recognize the first people in the chat, man. We got a decent amount of freaking viewers. Not a crazy amount, bro. We got about 12, 13 in the house, bro. Shout out to Diamond Hand Degenerate. What's going on, amigo? There's no second best. He sent me a great recipe. What was it yesterday? I got an eyeball, like low calorie, high protein pizza recipe. So I got to give that a spin, probably over the holidays here.
Forward me that recipe, Twinkie.
Sure thing.
Yeah, forward me that recipe, man. We got Mr. Frickin' Hex Hez. What's going on, amigo? What's going on, man? Hey, by the way, man, how did you like that freaking Admiral fragrance? Drop your freaking comment in the chat. We got my number one freaking fan here, man. Freaking Crypto Crossfire. Let's freaking go. I'm watching DCC right now. He's live, and he did recommend people to us. I think he just finished up his stream. Moonpilled Rational Optics, man. What's up, gentlemen? How's it going, amigo? We got Hexus, gang. Mr. Toad, ¿qué pasó, amigo? And who else we got here? We got Ramirez. Freaking Uga Booga Boogie. We got Sonruku. Let's freaking go. Anonymous Bean. What's going on, boys? What's going on, amigo?
Yeah, it's Bean from over Degen Roundtable. What's going on, Bean, man? Good to see you. Bean's he's a good old New England boy. He don't live here up here anymore, but he's a good old New England boy.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool, bro. Freaking, who else we got here? We got freaking Ricky Romero. TA doesn't matter when Trump's in office. And we got Neo. What's going on, man? What's going on? Oh, and Hexus wants you to drop the recipe if you can.
You know what? It's a super secret Diamond Hand special. Let me give the all clear. I don't want to give away his cookbook.
Oh, he made it himself.
Well, as far as I know, like I'm gonna give credit where credit's due, man.
Oh, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Let's move forward with the memes, Twinkie, and see what we got on the memes. Let's see what we got here, bro. A little bit of fucking memes to fucking lighten up the day a little bit. Vamos a ver, ¿dónde está? Is this it? Share screen. I think that's up here, bro. What do we got on the memes, bro? This one's fucking gross, bro. But nevertheless, bro, this would be fucked up if it were to occur. Let's get our ugly faces out of here, Twinkie. Oh, fuck, dude. Fuck that shit, Twixters. Fuck that shit, bro.
You gotta give it the sniff test first.
Usually guys are the ones that are fucking are getting fucking busted on camera at the gym, bro, for checking chicks out, bro. But check this out. I guarantee you, bro, she didn't get put on blast, Twinkie. I guarantee you she didn't.
No.
Guarantee you she didn't get put on blast, bro. I know this has happened to some of you monkeys before, bro. And dude, the times that it's happened to me, Twinkie, I was fucking furious, bro. Of course, this was fucking about 10, 15 years ago, but nevertheless, bro. POV, you're in the hotel room, 2 honey packs deep, and she texts, "You're gonna hate." Text, it's such fucking bullshit, Twinksters. That text is fucking bullshit, dude. They are fucking lying out of their teeth, bro.
Something better came up.
Exactly, bro. Something better came up, man. Oh my gosh, dude. Drop a 1 in the chat, cats, if that's happened to you, bro. Fuck, that has pissed me off.
Or it's just like power playing games or whatever.
Yeah, after you pay for the fucking room, dog. Like, what the fuck, dude? This chick fucking punks out, man. What are you drinking there, Twinkie?
Nothing exciting. Lemon lime seltzer water. I've had too much fun the last couple weeks. In all honesty, like between last week and chunk this week, between holiday parties, mainly holiday parties, right? Holiday parties, seeing friends, which turns into food, junk food, drinks. So somewhat trying to behave myself.
Tell me about it, Twinksters at work, man. So we're doing a gift exchange, bro. I got my homie these. Let's see.
Fun time handcuffs or bad time handcuffs?
Yeah, bad time handcuffs. Well, no, I got my homie one of these, man. He's I've had these, but he's big time into boxing, bro. His favorite fighter is Vasily Lomachenko, so I had these, bro. I'm gonna hook him up. Not bad, right?
Yeah. Loma. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, these are Loma style gloves, bro. Rival, I didn't have a set of Rival freaking gloves, so I got them a while back, man. Showed it to him, bro. Dude, he was head over heels over them. So I was like, dude, this cat really likes it. So I gifted it to him. I'm gonna gift it to him. In turn, I got a bottle of tequila, man. Freaking tequila adictivo. That's probably the best tequila I've ever tasted, Twinkie. Or one of the best. That is some really good tequila, bro. Really, really good tequila. The only thing is I only drink it on special occasions because I think it's got sugar in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Sugar's not bad in and of itself.
Yeah. So I only drink it on real special occasions. The most part is just 1800. It's mostly what I drink. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you want to get more fucked up with less calories, I guess you could either snort your alcohol or boof your alcohol, which would be rectally consuming and inserting your alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you.
Wait, what?
No, not in that sense. Yeah. Check this out, man. So since I was showing you guys this chart or this video here, bro, I just recently got an FRT for my MPX force reset trigger, and it basically does this, man. Check this out.
All right, we got subs in here now. Let's let her piss. Fucking right, bud.
Beautiful.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, dude. And for you cats that don't know what an FRT trigger, basically what it is when you're running your firearm, bro, fully automatic's considered pulling the trigger back and holding the trigger back, and the gun just runs. The FRT trigger, when you pull the trigger back after you put it on FRT mode, when you pull the trigger, it forces your finger forward and then you come back. Forces your finger forward and you come back. And it's just, dude, you saw how fast that went. But I have one for my MPX. The only thing about it, I did have to get a trip bar for my MPX because it's 9mm, bro. It doesn't have the power of a 5.56 or a 7.62 by 3.9. So that helps reset it faster, bro. Dude, that shit is so much fun, Twinkie. So much fun.
I'll take your word for it, man. It seems like a fun way to just blow through a lot of ammo. Dollars.
Yeah, well, it is. And I've said this before, man. Full auto is overrated unless you're running a sub gun, and an MPX is the size of it's an 8-inch barrel, bro. So it's a sub gun. You know what I'm saying? And it's 9mm. So, dude, it's good to go, man. It's good to go for freaking close quarters and stuff like that. You just got to train with it. But it'll make you realize, bro. It'll make you realize real quick, bro, that a lot of times full auto is overrated, bro, because it runs about 32 rounds, bro. How much is a pack of 9mm right now? It's about what, fucking 15 bucks?
50 round. Yeah, 15, 20 bucks.
15, 20 bucks, man. Dude, you'll fucking go through half of 15, 20 bucks, bro, in a matter of fucking seconds, dude. So, yeah. Yeah, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sometimes mag dumping's fun, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. And don't be worried, cats. We do have a little bit of fragrance today, man.
Speaking of that, Boogie, I guess before we fully get underway, I'm sure there are a lot of guys out there who are either scent novices or looking to dip their toes into stuff. Have you checked out any of the stuff like the different sampler kits? I know Sephora's got cologne sampler kit. I don't know if you've ever eyeballed it, but my thought was for dudes who are trying to figure out what kind of stuff do I like or not like. It's like $100, and yeah. And it's not cheap, right? It's got stuff like Burberry, Dolce and Gabbana, Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent in there, Tom Ford. So it's not just shit.
It's all right. It's not bad, Twinkie. Again, it is a sample pack. You can run through those scents as well, man. It's not a bad.
They also give you, I think, a voucher or coupon or whatever for like a full size bottle of whichever one you like.
Oh, cool, man. Fucking
So
badass,
there you go. A little pro tip, right? Like if you're like getting feet wet, right? On that,
man. Death Scythe got that package one time, man.
Yeah, like because like maybe you don't know what you like, right? And you're just trying to figure that out. And so that might be a reasonable way to get exposed to a number of different scents. Plus, you can get the full size bottle of the one you like.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just if you're gonna do some fragrance reviews, there's a couple people you can follow, man. Curly Fragrance, you can follow her. You can follow Jeremy Fragrance. He scored away, man. Or Aromatics, he scored away too, man. They're pretty fucking Chaos Fragrance. That guy's pretty good too, man. You can follow those cats, and they'll give you a rundown of what's blind buy safe, man. What I mean by blind buy, bro, like Boogie said, this fragrance is safe. I have no idea what it smells like. It's not locally available. He's recommending that it's blind buy safe, which means it's mass appealing to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Thank you for that link, Twinkie. For you cats that want to get on your fragrance starter kit, this may be a good way to go about it. So boom. There you go, cats. Unless you want to drop anything else, Twinkie, we're gonna move forward with what the charts are saying.
Yeah, charts are saying generally, I think hang out, sit tight.
Yeah.
Boring. Just kind of grinding sideways for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So let's check them out, man. Let's see which way BTC is heading to right now, man. We got BTC. ¿Dónde estamos aquí? Let me check, Twinkie. This is the weekly, and this one is the daily. Boom. Here we go. This is currently the BTC chart we're on right now. Let me go back to candles. Let me get this a little bit shorter for you cats so you guys could see a better version of this. Let's see. There you go. Right there. I think that's good for you guys right there. Let's get our ugly faces out of here, Twinkie. Pull this out un poco más. All right, this is the BTC chart, man. Currently, our value is at about 88,604. You're also seeing the Williams alligator. It's been trending in a downward fashion. It's evident that that's happening. You can see that we're kind of oscillating sideways as well. Which day of the cycle are we on? I'm running on 80-day cycles. I know Charlie's changed it up a little bit, but I've seen consistency. And not to mention, Twinkie, you had found that one cat that was trying to debate with Bob Lucas, saying that he has seen 80-day cycles for a long-ass time. And
30 and 80 days, like 28 to 30 and 80 to 84 is what he was generalizing to.
Yeah. So I found consistency with this. There's multiple ways to skin a cat, man. I've just found consistency with it. 81 days was their last cycle. Prior to that one was 71. Prior to that, 76. Prior to that one, 84. Prior to that, 70. Control Z. And then prior to that, we had a 63, man. Or you could, if I go back, I guarantee you this will probably be an 80-day too with a fucking wick here if I recount all this shit, man. But regardless, this is where we're at right now. Now, currently, which day are we on? We're printing day 32. It seems as of late, the cycle high has been here at about 94,000. We do have to pop up back to the upside, but I did have something intriguing I wanted to show you cats on the weekly chart. But so far, the Williams alligator is indicating that we're still oscillating sideways. You can see here, man, that the AO, or the awesome oscillator, for the past 4 days, we've been kind of bullish. And you can see that it wants to flip bullish, and it does want to run to the upside. Now, let me check out EMA Ribbon. EMA Ribbon says we do have resistance, but what's the good thing about it is we're starting to fight it back up to the upside. And momentum is saying that we're about to go negative, or we're about to break the negative, and we're about to go positive. And what I mean by that, cats, is if you see the AO here where this line is at, that is the 0 line, and we're below it. And it seems like we do want to flip bullish. The momentum, at least, is saying that. Now, areas that we do have for liquidity is this zone of about 100,000 to about 98. Let's go over to the hold up. Before we do that, let's see what Bollinger Bands are saying. Bollinger Bands, we're approaching and we're getting squeezed in, but between the first standard deviation and the 20-point moving average, and you're seeing that we're trying to fight it to the upside. Let's go over to the weekly to show you cats the larger view of what I'm talking about. Now, this is the chart on the weekly, though. Let me turn off all my pretty little drawings, except that one. And let's come in here and check this out. Now, one thing I have noticed, since this is the weekly, we had our 0 to 1. Hold up. 0 to 1. Put it here on the daily. You can see we have 0 to 1, came back up to 2. We shot down to 3 into this area of an order block, and it seems that we're trying to get up there to 4. Now, of course, you guys have heard me say this before. When 2 is simple, 4 will be complex. I am under the assumption that we'll probably come up over here to about 100,000 to about 98,000. That's what my assumption is at. And let me put this back on the weekly. Let me show you the 50-day moving average, or the 50-week moving average, where the 50-week moving average is at about 100,811. So again, as stated, I am expecting for us to go back up here. And I think we may end up getting rejected here at the 50-week moving average, and we have to complete our 5. Unless my count is completely fucking wrong, we have to complete our 5, come back down here to about 78, down to about 74 before we start reversing to the upside. Now, the cool thing, and one thing I am seeing, is that the awesome oscillator has already turned green. We get 2 more bars of this, 2 more weeks of this shit, and that is considered a super AO, which is super duper positive, and that can lead us to run back to the upside. Now, of course, as stated before, and as stated multiple times, and as I mentioned earlier on this stream, it does seem things are bearish on the TA side, but not so much on the fundamental analysis side. Could this be the end of the 4-year cycle? Richard Hart sure hopes it is. I'm hoping that it is the end of the 4-year cycle, and we break the cycle, we run back up, we have an alt season. And you can see here from the readings that I've gotten, right here, we do have our 0 to 1 to 2. We ran all the way up to 3, came back down to 4. We're up and 5, and we're currently on the ABC correction wave down. That is what I am immediately seeing in the immediate time frame. As far as freaking Bollinger Bands goes, what's funny about this, or what's intriguing about this, is that if you see the white portion of the Bollinger Band, it can bring us down to about 57. Now, why am I showing you that? Let's see the 200-week moving average. The 200-week moving average is usually the indicator when Bitcoin has finished its bottom. We've done our shit to the bottom side, and we'll start running back up. Historically, anytime we reach the 200-week moving average, we'll break slightly below it, break above it, then we'll run back up. That's usually what happens. And you can see history on this. It happens time and time again when we go into crypto winter. Now, the question is, though, will we beat the 50-week moving average, this yellow line up over here, and continue running to the upside all the way into January? Now, mind you, you cats have heard this in the news before, and Trump's always flaunting it. Let me get our ugly faces back on here, Twinkie. Trump loves to flaunt. He is flaunting the fact that we are going to get the biggest income tax return historically. He's expecting Americans to get about $2,000 tax return. Now, will this have to be approved by Congress? I don't know yet. I think it's still up in the courts because a lot of it has to do with tariffs. He has also mentioned that this will be the last year we ever pay income tax because he intends to switch us over to freaking tariffs completely. Of course, will the Senate pass that? Fuck no. Fuck no, because you need a supermajority vote of 60 votes to get any bill passed in the Senate. Can we get it passed in Congress? Absolutely. No more income tax return. We can get that done in Congress, but can we get that 60 vote in the Senate? No, we can't. The Democrats are not going to be on the ball with that. They're not going to want to help with that. But we have not used the nuclear option much. And for you cats that don't know, the nuclear option permits you to have a simple majority vote in the Senate of 51 votes. If he gets that passed in the Senate, they use the nuclear option. Peter Thune or John Thune, whatever his name is, the Senate majority leader, approves it. Boom, we're golden, man. It gets to his desk, he signs off on it. that would be extremely bullish for the market. Now, mind you, cats, there's also some negative sides to this. If you go to poly market, it is assumed that the Supreme Court will likely strike down that Donald Trump cannot implement tariffs. The president cannot implement tariffs. It has to be done through Congress. FA is saying we're bullish. Key is saying we're fucked. Over to you, Twinksters.
Temporarily fucked.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Just hurry up and wait, man. Like number one, I think that the people want to feel like they're in control. You're not. Like, you're not in control of the price, right? You're in control of your actions and reactions surrounding the price. Am I going to pull the trigger and buy? Am I going to pull the trigger and sell? Or am I going to sit on my hands and do nothing? Right. And if you are someone who feels like, man, I'm not doing anything, I feel like I should do something. Personally, I just make small buys. Like, $5 here, $10 there, just something to scratch the itch. So that's just personally how I do things. But yeah, I'm just waiting, watching, ready to move, just in case things look like they're rolling over, or things look like, hey, I want to deploy a large chunk of capital.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on a solid cash position right now.
Just in case if we do get another buying opportunity. Twinkie, I'm going to look. Let me show you the chart, man. We can bring. Let me show you the chart one more time. Stop screen. How do I go back to? Okay, here we go. Let's put our ugly faces next to that, Twinkie. Now, of course, you had asked me, Twinkie, where I was seeing fucking we are completely in a bear run for sure. What is confirmed? And I was looking, if I went over here to the weekly, I was looking at these two candles right here. And I was looking at the bottom of these two candles. I was looking at that bottom right there. That red line you see right there. That's at about ballparking at about, is that 86?
Yeah, around 86, 80, 86, 87, somewhere in that range.
I'm looking at the wrong one. I apologize. Let me delete this shit. I was looking at these candles over here. There you go. That makes sense. These two candles over here at 78,390. That's what I was looking at. That's what I was looking at. If we cross that, we are completely in a bear run. Because, dude, this is 2 weeks of fucking support, bro. 2 big-ass weeks of support. But then you pointed out, Twinkie, no, well, if you just go $4,000 down a little bit more, you got the end of the wick right there, bro. And what was intriguing about that was that it's at the bottom of this fucking order block. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I concur with this area here of about 78 to 74. If we cross that, I think we're
buckle in. So I think we're in a bearish trend at minimum, right? And I guess words have meanings. What do you mean, you, the viewer, right? If I say bear market, what does that mean to you? And if you have questions about that, ask yourself, like, what does bear market mean to me? Or is it the sky's falling? And the reason I say do that is if you cannot answer that in your own words, it is very likely you are just regurgitating someone else's belief. And I encourage you to think very heavily about what that means, not just for, we're in a bear market or not, but like literally everything else you do in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, Twinkie. And for you cats that don't understand what I mean by bear market, I mean crypto winter. I mean
the 1 year traditional bear market.
Yes.
We would be somewhere in there.
Yeah, crypto winter. We are heading for that 200-week moving average. What price range was that I showed it at, Twinkie? It was about fucking 50 something.
Yeah. Which like
6,000.
Sorry, what was your number again? 56,787. Yeah, that roughly tracks with some on-chain metrics, showing like realized price is kind of right around that same point, right? There's a lot that kind of tracks with that. Now, as more time goes on, things may come up from the bottom end while the top end's coming down. So something like long-term realized price to 200-week moving average to any other thing. You may find them like starting to intersect. Was this other side? Yeah. Over time on where those different lines and trends may cross. And so unquestionably, I'll say we're in a bearish trend. What I mean by bearish trend, just, one, generally lower lows, lower highs, sliding downward. 2 is one of the other ones I use are my shorter to midterm moving averages now below my longer term moving averages. So if you're like looking for something more sensitive, a lot of guys will play like the 8 and 21 EMAs on the crossover. Like,
yes.
Yeah, right. So like if your 8 is below your 21, your short-term trend is now falling downward below your 21-day exponential moving average. But you can look at that in a bunch of different ways. Like, is the 50-week, below, the 100-week, or, is your 100-day below your 200-day, your 200-day below your 300-day? That starts to highlight that some of those, your more recent trends are falling below your longer term trends. Whereas historically, if you get the opposite, like you hear a golden cross, death cross, all that is a shorter term moving average crossing over a longer term moving average. It's just historically, it's called the golden or death cross with the 50 and 200, depending which way you're headed.
Yeah.
So there you go. Right.
There you go. So if we cross that, and I have this right here, you see this tiny red box I got right here, monkeys? That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. Now, I do have this giant red box here. I have to make a decision. Is after we cross 74,000, am I going to start freaking... Of course, I'm going to start DCAing out and stuff like that. But there's another choice that you may want to consider. Of course, this is not financial advice, cats. And do it only at your own fucking risk, dude, because, dude, this will get you wrecked. You see this big red box right here. You see that we have support here at about 71. Support here at 69. We have support here at about 67. More support here at about 69 again. Why am I pointing this out? Because if the bears are pushing us down, if the big institutions are pushing us down because they're trying to shake us out, this is going to be their stopping point. And the reason I'm assuming this will be their stopping point, because if we go past this, then the burn's going to be too strong. Think of a California wildfire. Not enough firefighters to stop it. We will start trending toward that fucking that 200-week moving average. This is where I'm assuming is the line in the sand for the big institutions, if they're the ones that are doing this shit. And I'm assuming they are. You know what I'm saying? But I am hoping that we do not cross that 74. I might maintain a small portion of my bag as we come into this red zone, but I still have to make choices on that shit. And that's what I'm looking at, monkeys. Now, mind you, I'll come back to the iBit shares, but let me show you what Mags had posted up. You guys know that I follow Mags on Twitter. I like his TA. He did post up something interesting 2 days ago. Let me take my chart off here. This is Mags right here, man. This is Mags, and this is what he's showing, man. He's showing where BTC has got support, man. We do have that inverse fucking head and shoulders. I know Charlie is big on this being symmetrical. I've seen it work before, man. You know what I'm saying? And we do have this area of support here. It seems at about 65,000. Another one here, it seems at about 76, 77. Another one at about 76, 77. We retested that zone again at 76, 77 before, and it seems we came back down on a wick to about 88 and or the candle body, and then the wick touched about 80, give or take. Of course, he's using a fractal, a shadow fractal, as to which way we can go to the upside. I found that rather intriguing. Now, what's wild about this, and my my TA may be a little bit wrong. I don't think it's wrong. I tried counting it multiple times. ETH hasn't finished its fourth portion of its Elliott wave up. We've hit our top three or our third portion of the Elliott wave, but we still haven't finished our wave up to the fifth portion, which is kind of fucking weird, bro.
Hang on to that thought. Also, shout out to Doc and Oz, who I've got a loose affiliation with, because they were saying that last summer. They were saying, based on the way they see Elliott waves unfolding, they said, we anticipate, like, there's a good chance we'll have all-time high in wave 5 in before the end of the year. But this was a boogie. Remember, like, was it 6 weeks back? I was like 8 weeks back, a few months ago. I was like, hey, like, you got any data on your end on how long comparatively each wave tends to run? I got to give Doc and Oz credit. They were saying like July, August this past summer, like they just don't see enough time in the chart for ETH to make a wave 5.
Yeah, you did talk about that, Twinkie. You did ask me about that. I remember you mentioned that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like I do want to give the viewers one thing to eyeball here as I try to look at aspects of on-chain analytics, like TA, FA, and just kind of make some informed decisions. And I think one of the challenges we have right now is that, like, going back to where we started tonight's episode, you're kind of getting really mixed messages in a lot of cases, right? Which is, to me, is indecision. We're in an indecision period, personal opinion, on how things are going to unfold. Like the market collective mass psychology is in some level of indecision on this one. So we'll see how it ultimately, plays out on that one. But one of the ones I've been kind of eyeballing in the background is this one for on-chain analytics. And so what this is the spent output profit ratio. What it actually measures is it tracks the profit level of how Bitcoins move over the chart. So it kind of lets you know whether or not sellers are in profit or loss when they are moving things on chain, in so many words. So what does it generally mean? If you're seeing a bunch of things that are realized losses, so this graph is generally negative, and those losses are increasing over time, then that lets you know people are largely expecting Bitcoin to drop further. Where if it's the opposite case, then there's a level of bullishness behind it. And so as you're kind of eyeballing this, you can see, okay, kind of peak, starts to taper downward, plummet, little bit of a relief rally, plummet, relief rally, plummet. Oh shit. Finally bottoms out way, down here at this like negative 0.1 range, and starts its gradual reversal. But even then, nothing picture perfect. Oh shit, here's COVID. It's all over. It's fucking all over. And then grind back up, sell out. People came back and hey, push new all-time high. You can see that the volatility is decreasing over time. It's consolidating. This to me, maybe it's the early days like it was back here. Maybe it's the early days like it is back here, and we're sliding down. It's hard to argue against it right now, though. I'm just not seeing it. Like minimally, like as I said earlier, hurry up and wait, have a plan for up, have a plan for down. So I will agree that, yes, we've lost a lot of momentum indicators. I will agree we are currently in a bearish trend. I do not agree with the conclusion at this stage that it is the bear market. I think that is premature at this stage, but maybe it's copium, maybe it's hopium, maybe because of my overall buying position, I'm comfortable because I've got wiggle room. I'm just not seeing it personally.
Yeah, the FA is saying that we're still bullish though, Twinkie. But yeah, like the TA looks like a bag of dicks right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But TA is going to reflect, like more recent aspects of things. And again, I can agree we're in a bearish trend. I'm not disputing that nor refuting it. I'm sitting here saying if you're taking that and going bearish trend, market over, I think it's certainly possible. We have not hit my structural invalidation at this stage, personally.
Yeah, Twinkie. So, adding to that, man, and what you mentioned about Doc and Oz, I forgot to mention this. If you guys saw on the chart, I think it was it Oz, Twinkie, that was mentioning that when we go into an order block, we shoot back up pretty damn strong, and we did dive into that order block, bro, when we dipped down to 80,000.
Yeah, he was looking at like basically order blocks over time, and there were several he was outlining that were untested in Bitcoin's history. He said, based on his read of the chart over time, when you go back to one of those untested ones and you finally retest it, you have a tendency to ricochet pretty hard off of it.
Yeah. So for you cats that don't understand what we said, that means Bitcoin moons. That's what it means. And let me show you, cats. Una vez más, if you guys want to see exactly what we're talking about, especially for you truckers out there. You see that yellow block right there? That, my friend, is what you call an order block. And we dove into that bitch halfway. And the chart, I think I'd shown you last stream, monkeys, when we dive into an order block, according to Oz, we end up fucking skyrocketing up pretty fucking hard, man. And we did dive into it. And it's mitigated already. You know what I'm saying? So let's see which way that plays. let me go to the ETH chart. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Twinkie, before I go to the ETH
No,
chart?
that was the big one on that one. Let's see here. Toad, solid rack of axes. Yeah, it's like I got a bunch more. I was telling Boogie, DCC gives me shit about it. He's like, you don't need any more guitars. I was like, bro, I sold 5. I'm only down like 15. I've only got 15 left. So, but I was telling Boogie earlier, like I got an opportunity on a new old stock guitar I've wanted for several years now, and like Sweetwater had one new old stock, and I was like, yes, I will take that right now. And it was for a song. So yeah. Anyway.
That's what I'm talking about, Twinkie. You got your guitars, I got my guns, bro.
Yeah. My gun's in another room.
The badass thing, man. Fucking the badass thing about this shit, man. When you're fucking single, you can get all the shit even when you're married, man, you should be able to get all the shit you want. Of course, you're not fucking having your family starving and shit like that, monkeys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my father's always been a big collector of firearms and shit like that, man. Dad gave me that SKS at the top. That is a Russian SKS.
Yeah. One of the classics, right?
Yeah, man. He paid $100 and
back in the day. Yeah. Back when you could walk into like any gun store and they would have like a trash can just filled with them for like $100.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And it's a Russian too, cats. Look up the Russian AKs. They're gonna run you for about at least $1,200 minimal. So that's what.
Yeah.
How many X is that? It's almost a 12X Twinkie right there. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. I've got different amps and stuff that have done well. So like this was the new one I picked up.
That's what. Let me see if I could highlight you, Twinkie. I mean, that is fucking gangster, bro.
Yeah. So like this is the new one I picked up. This is the PRS DGT SE. Got it in the gold top. They do make a sunburst one, but I wanted it in the gold top. I don't like the PRS birds on every guitar that they do for the inlays. I like simple dots.
English Twinkie. What the fuck's a PRS bird? Show us. The fuck is that?
Yeah. Well, let me pull up their webpage here in a second. So anyway. So yeah,
fucking crypto crossfire cuetes and axes. Cuetes means fireworks, which means fucking guns, bro, in Spanish slang. That's funny. And PRS what, Twinkie?
So different models. So PRS being Paul Reed Smith.
Okay.
And let me do a quick share here just to give people a quick kind of guitar tutorial. So they like their top end guitars are really works of art that I would, if I own one, I would never gig with it. You know what I mean? Like I just wouldn't want to get it busted up. Strange things happen on gigs. You get like microphone stands and beers and you bump into cabinets and people collide on stage, but they do these bird inlays. It's kind of like the hallmark of a lot of their guitars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so like on certain guitars, I like them, but it's like a little too ostentatious for me for certain other guitars.
English, Twinkie, half of us are Mexicans. Not all of us are Asian, bro. We don't understand those big words, bro. Say it again. What does ostentatious mean?
Yeah. A little too blinged out and flashy for me on certain guitars, right?
Okay.
Like it kind of, it's the color, it's the hardware, like chromed brass or gold. Is the headstock painted the same color as the body, or is it a different color, or is it natural wood? So like on a lot of my guitars, I just prefer simple dots, or blocks. The bird is really their, I'll say like their thing, kind of their signature.
Okay. I get what you mean, man.
Yeah. So anyway, PRS guitars.
Yeah. You ever seen the movie Born in East LA, bro, with Cheech Marin? Back in the day, man. We're from that era.
Probably at least once. Yeah,
bro. Back in the day, bro, when Mexicans used to jam big time, bro, with guitars and shit like that, bro. We was big into that. Back in the fucking day, man. I think that was when was that movie made, bro? Born in East LA. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any of the Zoomers know what the fuck we're talking about. DC, well, for you cats that are on my stream, you guys know DCC has never seen Blood In, Blood Out. Give them shit.
Oh,
Give them shit.
87 is what IMDb is telling me for a Born in East LA.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're from that era, bro. We're from that fucking era, dude. You know what I'm saying? Did you know, Twinkie? A little bit of a side tangent. 81, being born in 81, that was originally considered Gen X. And 82, I think from all the way to 85, you were considered Gen X. And then come around 1996, they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to change it up, man. We're going to make 81 now, fucking millennials. I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. You originally gave me the title of fucking Gen X, bitch.
I don't know. Like, that was probably what Pew Research Center. I think that like defines that. So anyway,
changed that shit. They changed that shit. I was originally Gen X, then they changed it, and like, no, you're the beginning of the millennials. Like, dude, fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is, Tinky. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, going back to the boring shit, let us go over to ETH. I promise you this will be fast, guys. And then we'll go to one of the fragrances of the day. You know what I'm saying? So that was intriguing, by the way, Twinkie. That shit about guitars.
Yeah. Too many interests, man. Too many interests. Can't say I'm sitting, playing too much Arc Raiders like some other folks you might know on stream. But I got too many interests. So anyway, yeah.
Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. All right. Back to this boring shit. Now, what am I showing you, cats? Look at this, man. I want you guys to look at the white numbers. And check this out. Unlike Bitcoin, man. Unlike fucking Bitcoin.
Whoa. Why has it got to be white numbers?
Yeah, white numbers, right? The evil white man. Dude, did you see what JD Vance said, bro? Did you see what JD? Yeah, white people no longer need to be scared in America. Well, dude, nobody should be fucking, or you shouldn't have to apologize for being white. You shouldn't have to apologize for fucking being whatever race, dude.
Right.
You know
right. No, I'm with you. Right. I would like to think we are making an appropriate course correction on a lot of things. Man, oh man, would I love to read, history 300 years from now and just be like, how do they record and look back upon this period of time?
Oh, dude, I imagine the stupid shit they're gonna say about our dating era, Twinkie.
Who knows,
dude? They're gonna look at the fucking. They're gonna look at. Let me show you something, dog. This is too funny. This is too funny not to fucking share, Twinkie. Let me see if I can find it. Bro. Oh, dude, I found some cool shit too, bro. Let me see where. Oh, there it is. Found this motherfucker, bro. I was gonna share it with you, Twinkie, but your motherfucking ass ain't got no fucking iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
No, I use the technologically superior gear designed by South Koreans.
Yeah, exactly. Share screen. All right, let's go here to X. What are they gonna say about our dating era, Twinkie? Look at this shit. Listen to this.
Yeah. You did send me this.
Oh, I did. Listen to this shit.
He doesn't want a second date?
No.
He's balding. How fucking dare he?
Dating is a risk. You took a risk. It's brave.
Why did you set me up with someone like that?
He checked a lot of our boxes. And you checked a lot of his. So onwards and upwards. Let's talk about your next match. I have an amazing guy for you. His name is Mark. He's a doctor. He's very handsome. He has a full head of hair. He's 48.
That's almost 50.
He looks great for 48. He's very fit. He looks like he's 40.
How tall?
5'11".
Is he actually 5'11" or is he actually 5'9" and is lying?
What's a couple inches?
I don't want to waste my time. I'm not asking for a miracle. I'm just asking for the bare minimum. I'm trying to settle.
Sophie, I know how it feels right now. But I promise you, you're going to marry the love of your life.
I don't believe you.
That's okay. I believe it.
He doesn't want us.
What the fuck, dog? This bitch is 40 years old, bro. Doesn't want to marry a fucking physician, homie, making a lot of fucking bank. Because he's 48. Imagine having to get, Twinkie. Imagine having to get a fucking surgery, bro. Just to date a fucking 40-year-old, bro. Inflation is over the roof, son.
All right. I'm going to... What if in the future, it's recorded as, hey, that was right. It was a stronger selection pressure for the species, and it ultimately benefited the species.
Oh my gosh, Twinkie.
Right. I just you got to try to look at it from the other way. The reality of it is, ain't none of us likely to be around to figure it out anyway and worry about it. So, far as I can tell, you only get one shot. Make your go around worth it to the best of your abilities.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, shit like that drives me up a wall. reminds me of the time I was in an abusive relationship.
Yeah, man. Oh my gosh, Tiki. Look at what crypto cry the retardissance, bro. 22. Oh my gosh, man. This era is fucking retarded, Twiggy. Oh yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. That's a good laugh.
There's no it is what it is, man. The only way out is through.
Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. All right, let me take this shit off, man. All right, let's go back to the ETH chart, bro. Share screen. Let's go back to the fucking ETH chart finally. We've been trying to go to the ETH chart for a long time. All right, monkeys. Get our ugly face here, man. All right, this is what Twinkie was talking about, and this is one thing I noticed on the chart as well. ETH should have already finished its fucking fifth portion of the Elliott wave cycle. We went from 0 to 1, came back down to 2, kind of like fucking had a hell of a battle on 2, came back down, shot up to 3, bro. Currently, it seems that we're still on 4, and we have yet to finish number 5, which is fucking weird, man. Could this be a forward indicator of what's coming in 2026? That it'll be ETH's turn to rotate and things start pumping for ETH. Could it
There's
be that?
some evidence. There is some evidence suggesting that.
Yeah, man. So that's what I wanted to show you, monkeys. Where are we at right now, man? You can see that the fucking alligator is kind of oscillating sideways, but it seems that things want to go positive for ETH. And in other charts, I don't have any available for me right now. I probably have them on my Twitter, man. But there's a lot of charts showing, man, that fucking altcoin season is loading. Now, mind you, we can't have an altcoin season, though. We break below 74,000. That would be fucking weird. Imagine that shit. ETH continues running. BTC dumps before 74,000 and ETH keeps running to the upside. That would be some weird shit, Twinkie. Some really weird shit. You know what I'm saying?
So let me hop over to, let's see, got the one I want. Yeah, let's make sure I got what I need here. All right. Cool. Ready to rock. Pull this up. Russell 2000. All right. So let me just putting in an all-time high recently. Now the question is, there's a lot of chatter about liquidity entering the space, and there are things, generally lagging or like. What you tend to notice is as the Russell marches towards an all-time high, so does ETH. Right. So ETH likely being a little more overall liquidity sensitive, or alts being a little more liquidity sensitive, or a lot more liquidity sensitive, so to speak, compared to other assets and asset classes. And so this yellow line was just kind of like doodling, hey, all-time high off of that resistance point, and even still more recently, new all-time high for the Russell on that one. Yeah. So over here, ETH has definitely been relatively underperforming comparatively.
The weekly, Twinkie?
This is on the weekly. Yep. So it is somewhat suggestive of if Russell's putting in a new all-time high, then as that continues to run, and look, over Russell certainly on a long-term trend has been on an upward slide or a upward grind on this one, right? So let me flip back over to ETH on that one. And I think there's an argument here potentially brewing that, hey, let's give it time to play out. We'll see how the macro conditions are looking as we head into the next year.
Yeah, that just gave me an idea, Twinkie. I want to start running some fucking Elliott waves on US Russell 2000, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
see what I find there. You know what I'm saying? That's intriguing. That's intriguing, bro.
To me, it's just more liquidity sensitive.
Yeah. I've been wanting to show you guys this chart. This is the IBIT shares ETF chart. Donde chicos lo tengo? A ver. There it is. Oops. There you go. Take this off. Let's go over here. Now, we do have a fair value gap here. Let me bring down my awesome oscillator. And it's a good thing. We're starting to get a little bit green here, man, on the AO. And if we get 2 more of these, this is on the weekly, by the way. We get 2 more of these, man. We can see the AO start running to the upside. That'll indicate that the chart's going to continue running to the upside. Now, we do have a 0, 1, 2. Came up to 3, came down to 4, went back up to 5. But it seems that we're currently on an ABC corrective wave to the downside, man. Or my count could be wrong. Wait a minute. Now that I look at this, 3, no, that's correct, because 3 is higher than 5. But if we get more sales on this iShares Bitcoin ETF trust, that usually indicates that we're also going to end up dumping a lot more. Things are looking bearish for now on the weekly, but we are starting to get that super AO print to the upside, man. And of course, that means that probably boomers will buy a little bit more fucking IBIT shares, trust ETF shares from this process. And this usually indicates if this dumps to the downside, that usually indicates that BTC is going to do the same, man. Because this is boomer money. Most of it's boomer money that's in here.
So along those lines, like things looking bearish, I got one more here. I'll flip over. So this is my sort of proxy for total stablecoin dominance. I'm sure other folks have other charts, but I've just been using this one here for a little while. So, keep all my notes in one place. And what I am doing is I'm adding up the dominance of USDC plus USDT. So Tether and Circle on here. Mm-hmm. And as I back it out, I've looked, you'll notice, I've got certain lines because I was like trying to intersect and intercept certain things on here. Do I have it in here? Let me do this.
You're looking for BTC over, this is like the DXY.
So the orange line is BTC on that one, and the blue line is US dollar coin dominance plus Tether dominance. It bottoms out, you're roughly at an all-time high. Bottom out, all-time high. Bottom out, roughly all-time high, right? Like you're going to be at least a local high on this one. So let me toggle this off here for a second. So you can see we were kind of operating. I was tracing, hey, if it's down here, let me just give a line in case we come back down here, come back down here, come back, come over here, kind of like loosely operating in this range. And then I'm looking at, like when it bottoms out here, where was Bitcoin at? It's kind of like how I, am using my different lines.
Yeah.
And generally, so there's the directionality of it. So if we kind of hone in on this, and why am I using a line chart on this one? Sometimes lines versus candles or bars are just a little easier and cleaner to see and filter out a little bit of noise. So like, I don't need to be hyper specific here. Whereas if I'm like concerned about price points, I'm probably going to try to be a little more specific. Here, I'm just looking at broad brush strokes. I'm just like, hey, is it going down? Is it headed down into this region or not? And you can see we're kind of operating loosely in this channel and we're above it now. And so I'm sitting here speculating, hey, it's going to head up over here. So it's like sitting at roughly we're like at 8.94%. I'm speculating it's going to gain another, another percentage point on it, which in reality is close to like a 10% move upward in dominance.
Yeah. Okay. Put up the BTC chart. Twinkie, don't move anything. Put up the BTC chart. So that means if it goes up to that question mark, man, that means BTC should be dumping then.
Correct.
Okay. Good to go. Can you use your
which means
measurement
also
tool?
dump?
Can you put that measurement tool, Twinkie? Measuring where you're currently at to that possible question mark. Of course, it's not scientific. No. I'm talking about time.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with, we'll just do it all. We have the tools, we have the technology, right? So that's all the way out to, next year. So like there's a rate question here. So let's do something slightly different. Let me do good enough. I don't think it's going to continue to be that steep, right? Mm-hmm. But for argument's sake, that would be like, shit would be bad if that happened. People would freak the fuck out if we move like that between, well, maybe not. That's I'm on the weekly. So that would be $49 days, basically month, like creeping up on 2 months, month and a half.
Mid-January, give or take. Oh, no, a little bit more.
February. If that continues, right?
Roger that.
On that trend. Yep. So we'll see. But like if you're taking away anything, let me just clean off some of this shit here. It's one, how I'm I'll throw the ticker here in chat in case anyone else wants to use it. Thanks for showing up. You guys get the information, just show up in chat. All I'm doing is adding USDT dominance, literally plus sign on your keyboard, USDC dominance. That's all I'm doing.
Boom.
So you can recreate that if you so choose.
Boom. And of course, for you cats that don't know, man, usually the DXY is similar to that of the stable coins, because whenever the DXY pumps, or meaning the value of the dollar goes up, BTC tends to dump. They're currently, at the time being, they're somewhat inversely correlated, meaning that if one goes up, the other one goes down. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you're seeing what you're seeing on Twinkie's chart right there.
So yeah, so like sometimes, right? Like, you know, I don't really day trade, quite frankly, because it takes time to sit here and, like, you know, monitor everything. I'm looking for like broader brushstrokes. So, you know, multi-day to weekly to monthly is totally fine by me personally. So I'm just looking at broad brushstrokes with that. And so I don't need to get hyper specific. Like, is it going to go to 10% so much as I'm interested in the overall direction it's headed?
Yeah. Yeah. So boom, monkeys. There you guys go, man. Appreciate that data, Twinksters. Fragrance of the day, monkeys. Let's see if we can get my ugly face up over here, man. It is Dolce & Gabbana Italian Love, man. Smells like grapefruit, man. Chicks love this shit at the gym, bro. It will make your sweat smell sweet, dude. I was working out with this shit, man. And I think I was in the upper deck of the gym, bro. I go to a boxing gym, but since my boxing gym was closed that day, I went to my regular gym, and I was doing some I was skipping rope. I was doing some jump rope. And then I was doing some other freaking burpees and shit like that, man. And some chick was like, I love working out next to you. Fucking, you just smell so fucking good, man. This is Dolce & Gabbana Italian Love. It's got a white, it's Dolce & Gabbana light blue Italian Love. Now, of course, this is discontinued. You can get it on eBay for $94 though, man. Is it worth it? Fuck yeah. Blind buy safe? Absolutely, man. Highly recommend this fucking fragrance, bro. Ladies love it. Beautiful bottle, beautiful presentation, man. If you give this as a gift for the holidays, not for the holidays, for Christmas, they're definitely gonna love you for this shit, man. This is some fucking good shit. I give it a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, bro. So that means it's all around. And what's badass about it, you could even take it on date night. Even though this is more intended for the high heat environments, you're still good to go taking this shit on date night, and it lasts. So, boom. There you go, monkeys. That is the fragrance of the day. So, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you monkeys subscribe to the channel. Get that algorithm up, man. I'm at about approximately 414 subscribers. If you monkeys could get me to about 500, that would be fucking fire, because this channel's been running for about, I think, 2 years, maybe a little bit more, because my first channel got fucking nuked because I was talking shit. I was talking shit like kind of like this. It's not in English, so I'm good to go. But my channel basically got fucking nuked last time I fucking posted something up like that, man. So there you guys go, man. Twinkie, where can we find you at?
Yeah. At Mr. Angry Twinkie on everything. You know, Instagrams, which I don't really post, but I may repost. Basically, I share horrible memes with people and vice versa. On X, certainly. I'm very active on X. I do a lot of reading on X. I get a lot of information on X. If you guys don't have X, I guess now I've been fully converted. You and Elon, or Twitter, crypto Twitter. I encourage you guys to get accounts. That's where I find a lot of information, just skimming through stuff and like searching for stuff on there. And then very rarely on my own YouTube channel, I'm talking about doing actually a stream with Zenith from the DGen Roundtable, since he and I were kind of like swapping a few messages. I know he's kind of like the 60-day cycle guy over there. And I was saying like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? But we're talking about probably doing something on my channel. I think is going to be the game plan, and we'll dive a little bit more into that topic.
Cool, man.
How about yourself, Boogie? Where can the people find you?
Here, you guys can find me here, man. Make sure you monkey subscribe to this channel, like the video, hit that little bell icon, man. Fucking, I am on YouTube. I am on Instagram, US_Crypto_Boogie, the same way you see it here. Same thing on Twitter. The only place you'll find me a little bit different, and it's pre-recorded videos, is on Rumble. That is Crypto_Boogie. So make sure you cats follow me there too. If you monkeys want to follow my amigo Twinksters, you look at the bottom. I went ahead and I linked his fucking YouTube profile, and I think it's his LinkedIn along with his OnlyFans at Fansly. So make sure you guys subscribe to his channel, man. Hey, who doesn't like fucking hot Asians, man? Hot zipper heads. So there you go, man.
Those feet pics don't sell themselves, you know.
All right, man. That pretty much fucking covers it, monkeys. We will catch you on the motherfucking flip side.